Welcome everyone, Mike Spreadborough, I'm the Managing Director of Nusantara, and this is our usual quarterly update. So I hope you enjoy the information that we pass on to you and get a good overview of how the company is performing. It's been an absolutely busy and exciting quarter, and it's hard to even imagine that we've only been listed since August. And I think it's been a transformational quarter. As many of you will have seen, this quarter we've announced an upgrade in our mineral resource. So our drilling program of 10,000 metres is now 80% complete, and from that work only 30% of the drilling has been used to update the resource, and we had an impressive 12% increase in the resource to 1.93 million ounces. So that's a great achievement. I think the other thing that's been important for the quarter is the exploration that we're now doing in the eastern part of Iraq Mass is showing good positive indications. And behind the scenes, we're still working on the DFS, so that's on target for completion around mid-July. But importantly, in March, we'll provide everyone a good update on how we see the project performing at the end of the DFS. And also, as some of you are aware, we recently announced that we've started a process of engaging an Indonesian partner within our project. So we believe an Indonesian partner brings us a lot of synergies, as well as funding opportunities, but also allows us to develop the project and be successful. The drilling we're doing in the eastern part of Iraq Mass is very, very exciting. As we completed the drilling of the upper part of Iraq Mass, we started to get really good indications that mineralisation extended further east towards Salubulu. So we very quickly followed that up with our first drill hole, and we've announced the results of those drill holes. Whilst we're waiting for assays, it's quite clear from the core that there's great visual indications of mineralisation. We're so confident about what we've seen that we've now commenced an 8-hole program to drill out that eastern portion of Iraq Mass. In the big context, this is quite significant. If we can grow the resource in Iraq Mass, it has significant potential to increase the open pit mine, and that allows us to increase production and obviously adds value to the project. And also in the bigger picture, it allows us to understand the geology a bit more between Iraq Mass and Salubulu. So please keep looking at our announcements as we update everyone on this very, very exciting development. And through this work, we've actually drilled the deepest hole ever drilled at Iraq Mass, which is over 500 metres in depth. So late January, we announced the resource upgrade for Iraq Mass. So this is the first upgrade under Nusantara, with the previous resource announced by One Asia in May 2017. In this resource upgrade, we've seen the resource increase from 1.74 million ounces to 1.93 million ounces, a 12% increase representing 200,000 ounces of resource. So this is a wonderful achievement and a great increase in value of the project. What's important for people to realise is we've only included 25 of the planned 70 holes within that resource. So over coming months, you'll see a resource update on Salubulu, and then in April, you'll see a resource update including the remainder of the holes that we drilled in Iraq Mass. So there's a great potential that as we complete the drilling program, put the assays into the resource model, we'll see that resource grow even more. Of importance to us is in that number, there's 500,000 ounces, 500,000 ounces of gold that are near surface, and that has big implications to open pit design and should allow us to increase the reserve potential as we go through and do detailed mine studies. So again, please keep an eye on announcements as we update the resource over coming months. So when you look at our share price at the moment, Nusantara is definitely undervalued compared to our competitors. When you look at the extent of this project in terms of the resource potential, the resource announcements that we've made recently, and the life of the project, which is expected to be over 10 years, producing 100,000 ounces, it's quite clear that the market has not appreciated the extensive quality of this project. So we believe that as we complete the resource announcements over coming months, update everyone on the DFS outcomes in March, that people will really start to appreciate the quality of this project and really appreciate the significant value. There's very few projects out there in our industry at the moment that are going through DFS stages with a potential of a resource over 2 million ounces, a reserve over 1 million ounces, such a long life, low cost project. So I firmly see that as we de-risk this project, that everyone will appreciate its full value and that there's great potential for the share price and the market capitalisation to increase as we complete this work. So I actually think it's a very exciting time. We'll see a transformation of the company as we grow this project. So obviously the last quarter's been extremely busy, and I think we should thank particularly our geology team for the great work that they've done on site. But their work's not over. During this quarter we'll actually complete the drilling program, and we'll use that results to do that final resource update, which we'll announce somewhere around early April. In parallel, the DFS team are really increasing their workload to take the new mineral resource and complete the studies of the mine and look at the first pass economics for the project, and we'll be releasing those sometime in March. Obviously, as we've talked about before, we'll continue the work trying to identify an Indonesian partner that shares the passion in this project and recognises the true value. So the next quarter is going to be extremely exciting. It'll continue the transformation, but I think importantly it'll really demonstrate the value of this project to not only you as the shareholders, but the future investors that we need to make this project and Nusantara a great company. Thank you very much.